There was a ton of MOTU news to catch up on, and we are recapping this week across Mega, Masterverse, and Origins properties. And before we dive into the news, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you can be alerted to the latest news, reviews, and episodes when they drop. Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits News. I'm Michael, and with me is my collector in crime, Larry. Now, a lot has happened this week across the Masters of the Universe properties, and Larry and I have not caught up on most of this week.
Yeah, there's a ton of news. It seems like it goes like this where there's, maybe weeks without anything and all of a sudden just a news dump.
Right. There was a lot. Pre-orders to leaks, and wanted us to start off with touching on those leaks briefly, and we've covered this over the last couple days, but briefly, it looks like a lot of the, or most all of these figures in Origins and Masterverse are coming down the pipeline. But the curious thing is they are reported to all be Amazon exclusives, which is with its own headaches.
Yeah, it's a weird spot to be in. I mean, I think it's good because their shipping is usually pretty consistent as far as like you get like a release day and it usually ships that day. So that to me they're more specific. But like the comments are saying, the shipping sometimes isn't the greatest. It's like Walmart in some instances, and so that sucks with especially with the number of characters that we're getting as Amazon exclusives apparently.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I actually didn't realize that. And who knows when these figures are going to come out. So are
Yep.
they going to all drop at the same time and be like one wave of Amazon exclusives? Like I can't imagine that happening. But it kind of sucks because it's actually fun to go in the stores and actually see these on the pegs, and so that's what we're missing too.
Yeah, that's the bad thing is, that's been the fun of the line is getting the opportunity to see these hanging on the retail pegs and a lot of people have been complaining about that recently too,
Yeah.
just that their stores aren't getting anything new. And that sucks because that has been a lot of the fun of it, especially with Origins. Maybe not so much with Masterverse. I think it's still cool to see Motu toys on the
Yeah.
shelves, but for Origins, it's got that feel because of the cards and just the packaging is all vintage and so it's makes you feel like a kid again.
Oh, it totally does. Yeah, I went to Target yesterday and I've actually stopped going as frequently, but I did see Pighead on the pegs, and so yeah, it's really cool to see them, and also see the newer figures coming out, because again, like we always see in the comments, we'll say, "Hey, Wave 10 is going up for pre-order," and then some people even haven't even seen Wave 8 and Wave 9 in their stores at all.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't imagine like trying to fight for these as far as being waves behind and stuff. I mean, I've been pretty lucky as far as being able to get stuff pretty much, when it's become available or kind of widely available. I'm not usually very close to like the first few people finding it, of course, but yeah, it's frustrating if you're still looking for two waves back and there are people already finding like wave 10 or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. And in Mega News, the Battle for Eternia six pack was either leaked or revealed, but the way that this is showing up, it looks more like a leak than anything else.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a cool set though. We're getting some quite a few new figures. Is
Yeah.
everything? I mean, I guess Tila and Scareglow are repaints or redos of the figures, but
Yeah, same with Merman too. I think
Merman
it came
is
with the
yeah.
proton set.
Is that Sacred Glow? Yeah, and is Whiplash? It's a little. Is it just WIP?
Yeah, you're
Like
right. So yeah.
of course, like there's different spellings of character names for international releases. So that's just a different spelling of the character for a different country. So maybe this is from somewhere else. But
That's funny, but I mean, it
yeah,
looks pretty official. I've only seen them do five packs and not six packs, so it's just interesting that this is coming out like this. And Scareglow, it looks interesting. It's like a looking at a negative of him, right?
yeah, he looks super cool. I think it'll be a cool figure. Definitely excited for the whole pack. I think Tila, I mean, I don't know, she doesn't look like have a whole lot of difference as far as the paint apps and stuff. Um, and I think we've only gotten one merman in another set, right? So I think getting another version is not a problem there.
Yeah.
Uh, and then all the rest of the figures look cool. So
Yes. Yeah. Be interesting to see how they do Whiplash's tail if this is actually a set. So.
yes, yeah, it'll be cool. I hope that it is, and then we get. I mean, I don't expect any whipping action, of course,
No.
but yeah, it'll be cool to see kind of how they handle the tail and stuff. So
Yes. And also, the Snake Mountain set also went up for pre order on Amazon. So it is finally available somewhere else other than Mattel Creations.
yeah, yeah, it's cool to be able to have the opportunity to buy this somewhere else. I'm still kind of frustrated with Mattel Creations, and I would probably prefer to order something like this from Amazon.
Yeah.
Just because I think, you've got kind of like we are saying, like the more consistent like ship date, and you kind of know what to expect. And I don't know. I've had pretty good luck with Amazon delivery.
Hmm.
Again, there is the issue with like the way they might pack something like this, where the box might arrive damaged. So
Yeah. Or they might pull the thing that they did on Mega J Retro and just slap a shipping label on the box for this
yes.
Transformer figure.
Yep. Yeah, I've had them do that too, and that sucks when that happens. And yeah, I mean, sometimes on stuff like this, you're paying, $300 and up on a collector item,
Yeah.
and you want the box to be nice too, and you don't want a shipping label stuck on the front of that.
Yeah. No,
So,
definitely not. And in Origins news, Zoar and Tila's inbox images were revealed and really love the way this came out.
seeing this stuff in package, it still really manages to capture that vintage feel.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see it in box, and it's tough to not have the space to collect all this stuff and just leave it in box.
Yeah.
I've got the carded figures, but yeah, the vehicles and sets like this, it would really be great to be able to keep them in the box and just be able to appreciate kind of the look of that forever.
Yeah.
Because the artwork's awesome. And I think that the Tila figure has enough different paint apps to me that it still makes it a decent purchase.
Yeah.
Like I like the extra detail on the boots and stuff like that. And I had Zoar as a kid, so I think this will be a cool set to get.
Oh, well, yeah. I like how more compact this version is, the packaging wise,
Yes,
than the
instead of that
vintage
big
version.
old,
Yeah,
yeah,
because it
big old
just
open
looks
box.
so empty in there with just like Tila and Zoar in this huge, like, yeah, it looks like they used a vehicle box in the vintage days to pack them in. And so I think this looks like the scale of what that Rulers of the Sun 3 pack would be. So you can imagine it's kind of three figures fitting in side by side. But I love the way the accessories are displayed. So it just kind of looks a lot more complete.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It gives you more of a just you get a good view of everything, and yeah, it doesn't take up that much space, and it's probably a lot cheaper for them to ship. Yeah, there's a lot of good positive things to changing up like this.
Yeah, the card art looks like Screech is teased again, and they've made this Screech already, so
Oh
they
yeah,
have to.
yeah,
We're just
yeah.
waiting
I
for
don't.
her 2 pack to come out with Evil Lyn, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think, and that'll be cool. Because we've already got two different versions of Evil End. So what are they going to do for that one? Is it
Yeah,
just going to be a whole different version? Maybe a battleground Evil End? I mean,
yeah,
it'll be
that'd be
cool to see
cool.
what they do.
That'd be neat. And in other Origins news, the Wave 10 pre-orders have hit, and they are going out everywhere. They're on Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. They had just hit Amazon a couple days ago, so I'm waiting for these to come in Target systems. So it's probably not going to be too much longer for that.
Yeah, I would guess, and hopefully, these are actually available in wide distribution
Yeah,
soon. Because I'd really like to be able to get these. It feels like we've been looking at mini comic Trapjaw forever.
yeah, we
New
have.
Randor and Whiplash, we're going to be here. A lot of this stuff feels like we've known about it forever.
Yeah, thing in Masterverse news is all the pre-orders that have gone up on it looks like exclusive to retailers, but now they're showing up on other online retailers too.
Yeah, once again, we have no information on this. It kind of looked like, Jitsu's going to be an Amazon exclusive. Battle Armor He-Man looked like a Walmart exclusive. Sunman was a Target exclusive. But that it's like it was a limited exclusivity thing, like where those sites paid to have maybe like a 30-day window for sales before anybody else got them,
Mm.
which I think is no big deal. But once people know that that's the case, then won't they just not worry about it for the 30 days and just figure, well, this is going to be available everywhere. I'd rather order from, Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store or wherever else. So to me, it only works this first time. And then if you're not providing any info as far as Mattel, putting the information out there on what's going on with this stuff, it makes it really hard to be a collector sometimes.
Yeah, it makes it hard to be a collector, and also the multiple sites that you pre-order from. Like, I've suffered from this, and I've had to go back and just clean up all my pre-orders because I ended up getting 3 sets of GI Joe Classified series figures from 3 different stores because I'd forgotten that I had pre-order amnesia, and so I had
Yeah,
all these sets show up, and it was just a bummer because I just needed one.
yeah. Yeah, and then to go along with that, you've got stuff like Walmart canceling pre-orders and like Target canceling orders because your card number changed, and so they're random trying to verify your card again, gets your order kicked out, and your order's canceled, and all that stuff is just so I think in a way it's good because like Big Bad Toy Store, it may, sometimes it may take longer. I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, Big Bad Toy Store never gets stuff on time." I haven't really had any problem with that,
No,
and at least they're consistent with like their delivery. Like your order is there unless you cancel it. Like it's just sitting there waiting. You know you're gonna get it.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I think there's advantages to ordering from sites like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth versus like Target and Walmart because they're constantly doing stupid stuff and messing orders up.
Yeah, it's also a crapshoot too, like who's gonna get the figures first. Like Big Bad Toy Store, I've heard, has Masterverse Hordak and She-Ra that's hitting people's pile of loot. And so I think they're the first retailer to get it. And part of the reason why I was pre-ordering on all these sites was like I didn't know who was gonna get it first. But when they all come get them in stock first at the same time, that is no bueno.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Because then you don't have any time to like change anything, update, cancel or whatever. So
No.
yeah,
And last thing we're going to cover off on was the drop that happened on Mo Tuesday, and we had a reveal of the He-Man and Skeletor from the 1987 movie in Masterverse scale.
yeah. And I think it's cool to see these. Masterverse feels more and more like classics in that they're gonna pretty much cover everything from every possible release of Motu that we've had. So I think everything's up for grabs now. So it's cool to see these, getting a release for Masterverse.
Yeah, this is cool because I was actually looking at the classics movie figures, and so those are really, really expensive. So now that these are coming out, I'm totally not going to get those now.
Yeah, yeah, it gives you the option, and like we've said before, hopefully some of those prices come down. It does suck if you've got those in your collection and you feel like they had kind of a different value than what they might end up with, but
Yeah.
it's just the way it goes sometimes with this stuff.
Yeah, the Skeletor figure actually looks really, really good. I love the way that they did his armor and the soft goods cape, but
Mm.
the He-Man head sculpt does not look anything like Dolph Lundgren or anything that we've seen before. It just looks like a dude cosplaying He-Man.
Yeah, they have a really hard time with He-Man heads all the time, all of them, every one of them, whether it doesn't matter if it's an actor or the vintage one or any of it. It's just a real struggle to make He-Man's head look right. So,
It is because like they did an amazing job with the shoulder armor and the shin armor and knee armor and all the detail that they put in. I mean, look at his holster. I mean that
yeah,
they've really gone all out, and also the little fine detail on his cape there too at the bottom.
yeah, yeah. There's all kinds of little detail stuff, and it looks awesome. I like all the stuff that they've done with it. But yeah, even the sword has a lot of really cool detail to it that we don't see sometimes. So I think they've done a great job with it. And maybe we just have to accept that those head sculpts are maybe harder to capture than what we feel like they should be.
Yeah, because Lord knows that Hasbro's has been trying to capture Mark Hamill's appearance for what, how many years now?
Too many.
Yeah. All right. The Box art was also revealed, and I love that the art can mate together just to form one scene. They did this with the deluxe Flying Fist He-Man and Terror Claw Skeletor to make that kind of huge Eternia scene, and I think this is really neat.
Um, I think on some of this, it'd be cool if they could find a way to include these as like a just a kind of a poster kind
Hmm.
of thing. I don't know how much cost that would add, but it can't be a whole lot. It's no different than like the Transformers coming with like instructions
Yeah,
or GI Joe figures coming with blueprints and different things, or not figures but vehicles. But I think it's like some of this artwork. It's cool to have it on the box, but it's hard to display it like that. So it'd be cool if they could, include these as posters or something.
yeah, because I end up cutting out the box art anyway and just
Yep.
pitching the rest of the box. But actually, the illustration looks more like Dolph Lundgren than anything else. So it's like if they could have translated that aspect of it to the head sculpt, that would have been great.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I like the coloring on it a lot, and it really captures that kind of movie feel. So
Oh, it does. And we're also having flashbacks to the way that these figures are going out for pre-order. Skeletor has been pulled from Big Bad Toy Store and also Amazon, but it's also labeled a deluxe figure, and I have a hard time figuring out how they could make this figure deluxe.
yeah, I don't know that there's anything that they would really include. I mean, I feel like they're just saying it's deluxe because it's the movie figure, and maybe there's extra like there's extra royalties that they have to pay to
Hmm.
to use the character.
Oh, maybe.
So maybe that just makes it deluxe. It doesn't necessarily make for a deluxe figure, but just a deluxe price.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually cool that they're coming out with the movie figure because Blade made a cameo in the Revelation series, and so you can probably bank on him coming out, probably plus the all the other ones because there really weren't that many figures that were made for this movie line.
And maybe they expand and maybe we get extra movie figures for Masterverse. Who knows?
Yeah, that would be awesome. And
Mhm.
this does it for our news roundup for the week. So let us know your thoughts on any of the topics we covered in the comments below. I'm Michael,
And I'm Larry.
and thanks for tuning into this Toy Habits Not So News Brief.